Hi there, and welcome to a new episode of Real Life Dev Talks with me, Hannah, and David.
Hello.
Today, we're talking about spirituality and wellness in the tech life.
Yeah, so we decided to pick this topic because in software development, especially, there's a lot of burnout. Thankfully, we haven't experienced it ourselves yet. Well, I hope it won't happen. But we want to talk about it because we know a lot of people and we read about a lot of people in tech experiencing it. And I guess the reason we didn't experience it is because what we're going to talk about is that we're doing most of actually all this stuff we're going to talk about with meditation, journaling, training, and going to Saunagus and other interesting stuff we'll go into.
Yeah, I think it's an important counterweight to sort of living in your head as you do when you work with software. It's a lot of very abstract things that don't really connect to the physical world. And I mean, just doing things that kind of make you reflect on your life and your body and how you're feeling. I think it's a good way of getting more perspectives.
For sure. It's a very technical job, and it's not going to happen in the job either. Like all this more like we say mental health also in this work. So it's important that you take action and search towards it on the side of the job.
Yeah.
Which I think we've been doing quite well, but I think we could do more of also.
For sure. Yeah, there's always new things to try, right? When we were researching this episode, we came across a Gallup survey, actually, which said that 76% of employees experience burnout at work. That's
crazy. That's a lot. We're not even talking about half. It's like over half. So it's not a surprise that we also know a lot of people that get it. And one thing why you should also take it quite seriously, for me personally, I actually didn't know a lot about burnout until I started working. Then I started hearing about it. But at uni, I didn't hear a lot about it.
No.
But it's something you should take real serious because once you get it, it's very difficult getting out of it.
Yeah, for sure. It's that's what I've heard from people who have had to go on sick leave because of burnout. That it's very easy that it comes back again, that it gets triggered again once you've had it once.
And I think it's a serious thing. You should also, because let's say you could just say, oh, worst case, I'll quit my job or something. Yeah, okay, well, that's really bad because first, okay, you will first income or whatever. How are you going to get that? Yes, you can get income other places, but you're going to take that burnout with you. We started doing a lot of Saunagus lately in the coming, 2 years? No, 1 year? Oh, yeah, 2 years.
Something like that.
And I would say it's a really, really cool thing. It was actually you that introduced me to it.
For those of you who don't know what Saunagus is, it's sort of a meditation ritual that is in a sauna. So it comes from Germany, I believe, where it's called Aufguss. And you go to these events and there's a Gussmeister who is in charge of the sessions. You usually do 3 sessions. I think it's about 10 minutes each. And you sit in the sauna and the Gussmeister is pouring lots of water and oils on the stove. So it gets very, very hot in the sauna. You sweat a lot. And then they also usually have a towel or something that they use to throw air at you. So it gets even hotter. And then when you're done with one of the sessions, you can go out and you can jump in cold water just to cool down. And this whole process, I think, for us is that it helps you meditate because there's no interruptions. Like you can't really think about anything else.
You're forced to meditate. Yes. Like it's impossible to think about anything else, which is great.
Yes. So I think that's why we like it, and we're lucky enough that there is a place really close to us that holds these types of sessions. I actually don't know how common it is in other countries than Germany, which is very common.
I could imagine Germany, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where you are in the world, but it's definitely, have a Google, check it out, like if there's something close to you. I know in Finland it's super common also, but yeah, maybe, I don't know if you're sitting in India or Turkey, but if it's definitely worth researching. And if you never tried it, go yourself, or you take a friend with you. It's gonna be great. Of course, if you don't like heat, it will be like uncomfortable, but after, you're gonna feel so happy and relaxed and very meditated.
Yeah, you're in a very relaxed meditative state, I would say, each time. And you can also regulate it a bit in the sauna by sitting on the lower benches. It's not as hot as the top.
There's different levels usually. Of course, it depends which sauna you're in, but from all the Saunaguses we've been to, I would say it's almost 3 levels. That's about it. Maybe sometimes 2 I've seen, but yeah, so you can always level it, and worst case you can go out. But you're definitely gonna feel that uncomfortableness that you want to go out. You just gotta go past it. Of course, not where you pass out. I never seen anyone do that, thankfully.
Me neither.
But it's really, yeah, it's great. I'm very happy you introduced me to it also. So and I will definitely continue doing that a long time in my life.
Yeah, it kind of drags you out of your head for a moment, and you can just focus on now. It's a very nice feeling, I think.
It's like which is the next also topic, is like workout. It's kind of in the same category, I would say. It's a little different, of course, because you're not working out. But when you work out, like when you run or when you weightlift, you're also kind of forced meditating, especially when you run. You kind of like, you can't, when you start running a long distance, you can't think about anything else except being in the present. And that's also forced meditation. It's the same concept. You're like uncomfortable, and it forces you to be in a meditative state, that you're in the present moment, feeling your legs like hurting or being tired, or feeling the heat from the Saunagus, which is also like this, where you feel great after the workout or the Saunagus.
Yeah, I think it's something that should be part of like every human existence too, to a degree, of course. But this, like doing difficult things and challenging yourself. Like if you just go through life and you just take the easy way out all the time, or easy track, and don't confront your own feelings and your own mind, you're not gonna be able to reap the benefits that life has to offer.
And it's what makes you happy. Like you need to do the difficult stuff. Like getting that, let's say the classic university degree is difficult. Getting that's you feel rewarded after. Doing the half marathon is difficult, and you feel rewarded after. Sitting down, being in your thoughts and going through them, journaling, is difficult. Being in your thoughts and thinking about it, and really, going deep into whatever trauma you had. Of course, it's also difficult doing it, and that's why maybe the majority doesn't do it. But it's really important, like you say, to keep in mind that it's gonna help you, and you're gonna be more happy with life doing difficult stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's also a limit to what you can do yourself. I think if you have a lot of trauma or mental health problems, I think you should seek professional help. I don't think this is
difficult. Also, just seeking it is difficult.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so of course you shouldn't like do it like you say, but like on your own. But just finding like the help, or pushing yourself to go to a therapist if you need that or whatever. That's also difficult, and that's doing a difficult thing, and that's gonna help you.
Yeah, it's also something that I read about some time ago. I think it was that humans naturally get a kick from discovering new things, and that's one of the reasons why social media feeds are so addicting is because you never know what's gonna come once you keep scrolling, and that sort of triggers a dopamine kick, and that's why you keep staying there and scrolling that feed. But I think you can maybe take that out of the feed and maybe apply it to your own life instead of trying new things. Like, just try it once and see if it sticks, if it's something you like. Having that sort of mindset, taking a different walk to work, take a different route, try a different sport you haven't tried before, things like that.
If you would pick a favorite thing out of this, like Saunagus, meditation, or journaling, or strength training, or running, what do you think you, at least for you, helped the most, or that you think is what helped you the most?
I think that's it's kind of difficult, because the cool thing is when you do all of them together and they kind of reinforce each other. But I would actually say strength training for me, because a few years ago I didn't know how to weightlift at all. And it was just, I felt like it was just stupid, and I didn't want to go to the gym, and I didn't know what to do once I was there. I had no idea how to use the machines, and I had no idea how to do free weights or anything, but I actually taught myself how to do it with help from people, of course.
So who?
Mostly online.
There was you got someone. I was sitting right here. You do know that? Why are you not saying it?
Also David.
Yeah.
And another one of my friends. But still, I mean, even though I received help, it was mostly my own effort. Like showing up and like learning how to squat was very difficult for me, because I'm very tall and also not very flexible. So
I just want to say I'm not holy. I mean, how I started strength training, it was through a friend that introduced me to strength training, because I also didn't. Of course, we're all starting there. We know nobody knows how to do it. There should actually be some more guidance from the gyms or whatever to guide you on how to start doing.
I think it's interesting that we have a physical education in school, but I never did weightlifting.
No, it's all kind of volleyball or sport. They're like these more football.
I mean, they could have just maybe done one session.
But actually, to be honest, to be fair with them, I actually think it was kind of like strength training. It's kind of new. Like, it's not in my parents' time. It was like only Arnold and like these steroid people types that did it. It wasn't the average person that did it.
Yeah, exactly.
It was actually in our generation that started being big for the average person.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it's not in school. I guess so.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Nowadays, it feels like everyone goes to the gym.
Yeah. Well, if you look worldwide, I'm actually not quite sure. Well, no, maybe worldwide also starting to be quite big, but...
well, I'm talking about the Western world.
Yeah, we're going to talk about West, for sure.
Yeah.
But I know in India, it's also starting to get quite big, like this weightlifting.
But I think there's a lot of things that you kind of need to, learn yourself, because it's not like... But that, I guess, applies to a lot of things. But I was also thinking about, for example, ergonomics. Like, I didn't have anything about that in university. And
for work, you mean? Or?
Yeah, for work. Yeah. I mean, I did a 5-year education for software development. Of course, I'm going to sit at a desk, but...
It's weird. There's so much stuff we don't learn, and they teach us. Like, but you just got to take responsibility and find it yourself, and it's gonna benefit you a lot. YouTube guys and Google and all this. For YouTube, it benefited me so much, and I'm still happy with YouTube. It's crazy how the information can get out there. Like, that's really good that you just don't learn other places.
Yeah, I think that's the power of social media, right?
Yeah, and yes, there's a lot of bad stuff on YouTube too that can waste your time. But it's like a TV. A TV, there's good documentaries you can learn a lot from, but there's also a lot of like reality shows that waste your time and stuff, and it's up to you to filter that out and find what benefits you on social media.
Of those things we talked about so far, which one was the most important for you?
I would also say strength training. Now I've been strength training a long time. I'm kind of like... I'm still doing, like we said, I'm still doing it. I'm very happy doing it. But as a starter, I would say strength training too. running, just running and start weightlifting. It's really gonna benefit you a lot. But now I'm starting to like to try to find more new stuff. Like the Saunagus is kind of half new for me. Like that's 2 years ago. Like strength training, I did since I was 16 years old, and I'm very happy still doing it. But now I'm like trying to figure new things out. But yeah, if you're a beginner, do strength training, like you said. I definitely agree. It's a really good start.
Yeah, for sure.
Journaling is great too, but you gotta be aware the habit is very difficult. I would say for me, at least personally, I know it's different from person to person, but for me, journaling has probably been the most difficult part of like making a habit. Meditation, I actually would say that meditation and journaling is probably like almost the same, but meditation for me has been a little easier. Like doing, they're both difficult. What do you think? Like what of these two, like habit-wise?
Yeah, but I agree. I also have troubles in integrating and sticking to them in my daily life. I write a gratitude journal, but I don't do it as often as I thought I would. But it is, once I do it and I go back and I read what I have written like 2-3 months ago, and I'm like, wow, I actually did all that stuff like that I was expecting to do, or my goals. And like, and I don't know, sometimes I feel like my life is like just in disarray and I don't even know what I'm doing. But then when I read my journal, I'm like, oh, I actually am working towards my goals, and I am getting there, even though it's so slow that I kind of feel lost on the way. But then when I read it again, I'm like, oh, right, yeah, that's the track I'm on.
Especially one thing where I was kind of mind blown by how great journaling is I've been journaling for 3-4 years. And then a little here and there, like we talked about, the habit is very difficult, but as long as you just do it a little here and there, then when you read like what you wrote 3 years ago or something, your whole mindset and how you were thinking and what you were thinking, like you could also see what you were thinking about and what was important to you. It changes a lot, and it's kind of like crazy how much you're changing, which is really good. It's like you can see you're getting, like you're improving, or you're going towards something. But that's where I'm like really mind blown of how great it is that it reminds you of, where you were and what you were thinking about at that time. It's just so sad, or not sad, but it's just annoying. It's so difficult having the habit. And it's still trying, but I just want to make you aware that it requires. You shouldn't, of course, like give up now, but it's just be prepared. The habit is very difficult, at least from my journey in journaling.
Yeah. What is it? I know you have some experience from a bit different. I'm going over in the meditation topic, but guided meditation, like Headspace.
I use it. When I meditate, it's only guided. I know others that don't do guided, but for me personally, I think guided it just helps me more. If I don't do guided, I usually fall asleep. So, but you do unguided, or?
Well, I've tried, but it is very difficult. And I only did like this basic, going through your body and trying to relax each part. And also when I go to yoga class and you have the finishing meditation. But that's not very long usually. But it is something I want to, like I said before, integrate, but it is really difficult for me to stick to it.
It's definitely, it's also a difficult one. Like we said, I would say like meditation, it's actually, man, they're all of these, of the list we said, they're all super good. Like it's just super important stuff. Because I also remembered when I was deep into meditation, I'm still am, but I'm not as good as I was before because it's a difficult habit. But when I was really doing it good, the impact I got was crazy. Like it was just, I remember like you just start like you kind of distance yourself from your thoughts, because that's the whole part of meditation. You observe your thoughts, and then you don't take like them personal. You just observe them, and it just helps you so much. I remember there was like I could actually work out a lot because it was like I said, oh, I don't want to work out, I'm tired. But then I remember, oh, it's just a thought. I'm just observing it. I'm not tired. Like it's just a thought that I'm tired. And then I went down and actually worked out and got energy from working out. And otherwise, if I listened to that thought, I wouldn't have worked out. and it was also from work, from uni. Like if I said like, oh, that's a difficult thing, I can't do that, and then I observed, well, it's just a thought. Who says like I can't do that? And then I did it anyway, and then I managed to succeed. So in that way, it can impact you a lot. By you basically distance yourself from your thoughts, which is because your thoughts are not, of course, so a lot of your thoughts are benefiting you, but a lot of is also trying to drag you down, because your mind is kind of stopping you always. Your mind is always not on your side, actually.
No, I feel like it's always working against you.
Actually, more than.
I want that cake. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't eat the cake. But I think one thing that I struggle a lot with working in software development is also like sometimes I have very draining days and I don't have any mental reserves left. And when I come home, all I want to do is just lie on the couch and not have to do anything that engages my brain. And that's when it becomes valuable to do something that you already know, that you can do on autopilot. And for me, after a while, I would say 1 year, strength training became that for me. I can just go there and do those things that I already know. But I think the difficult part is getting there, having something that you have done so many times that you can just do it on autopilot.
A little life hack also, because I'm very happy you brought this up, because this is actually something that will happen, that you just don't have energy to do it. But one thing this is like a life hack. Let's say you want to work out, but you just finished working from your work, and you have no energy, and because it takes a lot of your energy and all this, like you said, just put on you say your goal is to put on your workout shoes. Then you put on your workout shoes. Well, now I put on my workout shoes. I might as well put on my workout clothes. And then you start putting on your workout clothes. And then you take it from there. Then, okay, the goal is just going down to the gym. When I go down to the gym, that's it. And then you're down at the gym. Okay, well, I might as well just do one little workout. And then you do one little workout. And now you're just like on a momentum. And suddenly you've done the whole workout. And there are times where you go down, which I had several times, where you go down to the gym. You do a little squat, you do 2 sets or 3 reps of squats, even 1 rep, and then you just say, no, like, I'm not going to do it.
Not today.
Yeah, not today. And then you go home, but it's still a success, because you went down there and you did 1 rep or 2 reps or whatever. And that's great. You did it. But a lot of the times you're going to do a whole workout where you wouldn't have done it if you never put your workout shoes on. So it's a little mind game you're doing with yourself.
Yeah, trying to figure out when your brain is tricking you and when you should listen to it, I guess. But I guess that was it. Some food for thought. Please let us know what you think about the episode.
And if you're still listening, thank you for listening the whole way, and subscribe. And we're going to try our best to get a new episode out every week.
Yeah. See you in the next episode.